Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 12 Days of Manifestation. We are going to be joined tonight by Anthony of Ruby's Healing Crystals. So I was just about to say, we've had several. This is, I think, day 8, and I just said it, and of course I've already forgotten. But we've talked about all kinds of things, and about 3 days ago, I spoke about rituals and ceremonies, and I just said everybody's going to have a little bit of overlap there because we're talking about the astrological energies and how that really amps up our manifestation. And the one thing that I was just going to throw it out at the beginning while I was waiting for you is that without healing, our manifestations aren't as powerful as they can be. That those are the things that without the healing, they must go hand in hand, because when we're healing, then we can actually move beyond those blocks and those things that cause a hesitation or a skew to the manifestation. So we're going to keep that in mind as we go forward. So tell me, Anthony, tell my followers who you are and a little bit about yourself so they can enjoy your crystals and your site.
Alrighty, so my name is Anthony Arnaud. I'm owner of Ruby's Healing Crystals. A lot of people ask me, well, where's Ruby? Ruby and I, her name is Ruby Johnson. We built this business over the last 3.5 years, almost 4 years, and she just recently retired. So I took over everything. We specialize in all things crystal related. We have very high quality pieces, from little bracelets to large showcase pieces, museum grade pieces, and everything in between. And we're just focused on helping everybody find the perfect crystal for them, whether it's for a gift, whether it's for self-healing, whether it's for Reiki or a massage therapist or estheticians. No matter what walk of life you are, if you come into our shop, we welcome you with open arms, and we want you to leave satisfied and happy and in a better mood than you walked in. So that's basically what I'm all about. And I'm very excited to be on the live. We always have a good time. It's always discussion. It's always very fruitful. So I'm happy to be here. It's good to see you.
I'm happy to have you. And Ruby's, by the way, is located in Boca Raton, Florida, but you do a live every, is it Wednesday?
Yes, so we do live sales we're doing them on Tuesday right now, for sure. And then we're also popping up all around Boca Raton and all around the South Florida area. We do different events, but we do live sales right here on Instagram Live every Tuesday. Right now we're doing the 7 chakras. So I believe we just did throat chakra. We're moving on to third eye. So that's our next live sale is going to be third eye themed.
Fabulous.
Yeah, it's really, and we had a great time doing the throat chakra this past week. It definitely lines up with this live stream. Considering the birthstones for December are tanzanite and turquoise, which are both throat chakra themed stones. So, yeah.
I love it. I enjoy tanzanite. I'm a big tanzanite person. So, yeah.
I've never seen it in person before.
Oh, really?
No, I've never had my hands on it. I think it was one of those things that I put on Ruby's list back in the day, and, she probably either didn't see a good option or never could find it. I've never seen it before.
Yeah, I love tanzanite. So let's talk a little bit about the earth. The stones are a part of the earth, but I think we're going to talk more specific about stones as we go forward. But how do you use the astrological energies and the earth energies for your manifestation?
So the first thing I want to say is that I'm very in tune with the environmental energies around me. And I've been feeling this push to really lock it in and really master my craft and prepare myself for this new year. I have a really good feeling about this new year. But the way that I think the most important thing that I do is every once in a while I ground myself and reconnect with the earth. And I think that's really important for manifesting. Take your shoes off, take your socks off, put your feet in the grass, go put your feet on the beach, get connected back with your realm and your plane of existence. And I think that's a huge step for me in my manifestations, and also just utilizing the crystals, the tools that the earth has given us, to focus your energy in the right places and to make sure that you are harnessing everything you can to get what you want out of this life. I think that's the most important thing, because, you know, like I always say, I repeat myself a lot, but it's true. You know, the crystals are tools given to us by Mother Earth to help us facilitate our energies in the most
Right.
appropriate places. So.
Yes. So, you know, we're the whole idea. Sorry, this is my little female. She's all about being in the story today, apparently. Say hi, Mulan. Say hi to everybody. Say hi. Hi, I'm Mulan.
So cute.
So anyway, the whole essence of these 12 days of manifestation is that we culminate on the winter solstice. And the winter solstice is by far my favorite part of the holiday season. And the winter solstice is that part of the earth where it aligns, you know, with where the moon doesn't align with anything. The moon is on a cycle. We're on a cycle. The hemisphere is tilted. The earth is tilted in such a way that we have the darkest and longest night of the year. I'm having a hard time talking today. And so it's on that darkest day that we plant our seeds of manifestation. And that's a way that we really use the energies of the earth and its moon, and of course the alignment with everything else, to amplify our manifestations and our magic, whatever it is we're doing. And then of course you have the summer solstice, which is the longest day of the year, and that's where we harvest, right? We harvest on the full moon and the summer solstice. So oftentimes on the summer solstice, I'm looking to see what's ready to be plucked from the dream so that I can re-energize even more of the dream, and what I can release. Are there any fears or things that I need to work on that I'm seeing, old beliefs, things that might be hindering the dreams coming through? I can release those. So the winter solstice and the summer solstice are critical energy days right here on this earth that are using the energy of the earth and the astrological alignment to amplify your manifestations. And then I am not going to be the one to talk about this. I was kind of hoping to pull in a friend of ours who knows a little bit more about astrology than we do. But if you understand your astrological charts, there are critical times as the moon goes into particular signs, as certain lineups happen astrologically, where again, the manifestation energy is heightened and it's peaked. Mm-hmm. So you really want to become aware of that energy if you can. If you have a chart, use it, because our energy is very unique to us, and it can be much amplified when we are in alignment with our own charts. Mm-hmm. So thank you. I hope everybody appreciates the lack of little dog feet running around in the background. It got quiet all of a sudden. So yes, that's another way that we can really use it. But I talked on what day would it have been? Tuesday night. I talked about the use of my fire ceremonies. You know, I use fire, and I do those usually on full or new moon, and I use them for particular purposes on the in-between of the winter solstice and the summer solstice. And so it is it's that space, that ritual that I use to really put the life arrows into the dream and the death arrows into those fears or challenges or pieces of my life that might be hindering my development of the dream. So all of those are examples of various ways that we use the earth and the astrological energies to align our energy with the greater one, so that we can get a more full response to our request. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And, you know, I was reading up on the winter solstice and a little more information on it. And I know, and apparently it's December 21st yes. is when that energy shift
yes.
really occurs. And, you know, it will, somebody wrote, and I liked how they worded it, so I kind of just copied it because I liked how they put it. They said, for the next 4 weeks, we will all embody the stern, masterful attitude and take a serious approach to life, especially because by then Venus and Mercury will already be in the same sign. So
right. And Mercury is going retrograde on the 29th, which is really something to keep your eyes on, and to know where Mercury is in your chart for sure, because that's an astrological sign of communication, commuting. So a lot can happen there with contracts and things that you're putting in motion.
And technology. I find when Mercury is in retrograde,
absolutely
nothing works the way it should. from your phone
I
to
can
your
tell you some stories.
computer to the radio. It's definitely a bit of a hectic time, I've always noticed.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. My IT guy actually keeps it on his calendar because his business just goes boom at Mercury retrograde because of what you just
Isn't
said.
that
Yes.
so interesting? I've never heard that. That's so funny, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And it's funny the way, science links into everything else.
Yes,
It all comes together.
it does. It absolutely all comes together. It definitely does. So when you said something, Anthony, that I really liked. You said, take your shoes off, put your feet on the ground, anchor yourself to the earth. And we each have a way of opening up our sacred space. And a lot of us, I'm sure, use the elements of the earth to open up our sacred space, as well as the directions of either the four directions of the earth or the 4 points on the pentagon, the star. Sorry, losing my voice here. So when we look at that, and however we're opening up our sacred space, again, we're grounding ourselves. But we're also creating an environment that is free of the darker energies and the denser energies. And so we're creating a more magical, pure space. And that's a real important piece of really aligning with, thank you so much, aligning with everything that's going on astrologically as well, because those directions and elements are all part of the earth and more.
Yeah, and the more you think about it, like a lot of people make it a habit to do this, but me personally, I mean, my feet don't touch the earth as much as they should. Like maybe once a week if tops, because by the
Really?
time because by the time I have my socks and shoes off, I'm in my apartment and I'm done for the day.
Wow.
And so yeah, so the last time I actually made it a thing to go to the beach this week, and I touched the sand. But yeah, I noticed that, as life moves so quickly, I don't take the time to do it as much as I should. And ever since I've been to the beach and grounded myself, I've felt more focused. I've felt a little more not as stressed about this huge, like, serving on my plate, So I definitely recommend it. You think it's not a big thing, but when you truly focus in and your feet touch that grass, you feel different.
Boy, do you. So I'm completely opposite from you, Anthony. I'm never in shoes. My feet are always on the ground. So I have to be very conscious when I go in, to have like a pedicure or a massage, to make sure anything like that where my feet are going to be seen by somebody else, to make sure that my feet are clean, because I'm always running around in the dirt. It's really not good, but it's fun. The beach is an interesting place. It's Anthony and I both live on the east coast of Florida, so it's an easy place. But if you're near a lake or even a canal or any sort of water, I enjoy ceremony, especially when I'm manifesting down at sunrise on the beach. So the sunrise is another time that we use the earth to manifest. It is a new beginning. Sun is rising. It's pouring light in. So you're going from that point right before the sun rises. And they say the darkest point of night is right before sunrise. So you're taking that darkest, and now you're planting your seeds on the beach, and you're letting the sun rise. And there's another thing I enjoy doing. I enjoy walking into the water and opening up my sacred space wherever I'm going to be sitting. And then I walk into the water, and I let the waves actually pull from my ankles and feet those bits of challenge or old beliefs or whatever it may be, and I feel it just kind of pull right out from my feet, those darker energies, denser energies that might be lingering, to take me back to a more pure focus of manifesting the actual dream that I'm looking to manifest at the time. So it really is an interesting way to use the earth. And all of you can do that. If you're in the mountains, how can you use the trees? I love putting my back up against the trunk of a tree and aligning with the trunk of the tree as his roots go down into the earth and the umbrella reaches up toward the sky. And it gives you that alignment with earth and sky. and it gives you that free running of energy. I use it for a lot. So when you're in the mountains, that's another way to use the energy of the earth to amplify your ceremony and your magic, right? Whatever it is you're dreaming of, anything you're working on, even your own healing. I want to go back to that for just a minute, if you don't mind. It's, you know, manifestation and healing must go hand in hand. If we aren't working on our own healing, how do we know what's interrupting our manifestation? How do we know we're going to manifest our dreams instead of just another day of challenges, right? This life is going to grant us challenges over and over and over again. That's by design. We're here to master whatever portion or aspect or challenges we choose to master. That's, again, free will. So where do you stand with all of that? Well, you could be someone who doesn't want to do a whole lot of that, you know, soul searching because it's too upsetting. Listen, I get it. You know, that can be a real tough place to go. However, it's in those crevices and it's in those tangled webs of challenges that the interruptions to your manifestations lie.
Yeah, and I've been feeling that more than ever, especially this past month or two. And it got to a point where I was like, I need to do one thing a day for me, or I'm never going to be able to excel. Because I was getting to a point where it's like I wake up and it's work from sundown, nonstop, get home, no energy to do anything by the time you get home. So that's completely out of the equation. So I'm like, I know I don't have to be at work super early. I have someone covering the shop until at least 1 or 2 p.m. So let me take at least an hour out of every morning and take a walk, drop a line in the water and go fishing, hit the beach for a second. It's so necessary. I needed it so bad. And I didn't realize how bad I needed it until like my mind forced me to do it, because I just knew that I can't continue on like this. And I think it's so funny that, you know, they say, like, you know, your stern, masterful attitude, a serious approach to life. And that's where I'm at. I need to lock it in, but I also need to make time for myself, and it's all coming together.
Yes. Yes. So we're going to end, the 12 days of manifestation is going to end on the 20th, and on the 21st, which is the winter solstice, we are going to help everybody plant their seeds on that day. And if you can get that kind of stern, masterful kind of stance going with whatever it is you want to work on in the next 6 months, it's yours for the taking, right? Mm-hmm. It's interesting because I don't think I've ever, to this day, I don't think I've ever worked on manifesting a dream and not at the same time be working on clearing something from my challenges palette, you know, because I'm always aware that there has to be, you know, and I've said this before in this series and in life, but if we didn't have a challenge in there interrupting the dream, we would already be living it, right?
Yes.
We wouldn't be having this talk. We have these talks because we have challenges in this life. And because we have challenges in this life, it interrupts our ability to just manifest the dream.
100%.
Right?
100%. It takes away, you know, when you have that little mosquito flying around your ear.
Yep.
I mean, even if it's something minuscule, like you know that when you get home, you got a sink full of dishes that you have to do. Even something as little as that will take away even a small percentage from getting towards the main goal. And that's what was taking away from me, is that I wasn't having any sort of cleansing time. I wasn't having any sort of like, I don't have to worry about something for the next hour or two. I was always trying to do something, and in trying to make the most out of my time, I was actually taking away from my full potential.
Yeah. You know, we had, and I recorded these, I recorded the mantras and the meditations for everybody, but on the mantras, I actually walked everybody through how to actually do a mantra. So I did a meditation mantra to help everybody get going, because those little times, they can be 5 minutes. You know, you can use your mantras at a stoplight, but we're so used to picking up a phone and being externally entertained. We're so used to thinking about the expectations of the dirty dishes needing to be cleaned and being pulled by all of these external sources that we forget that we can always go back inside. And when you're working on something that you really are, you know, into in terms of manifesting, every time that you're in that in-between space, like a stoplight, or if you're a TV watcher, commercials, or, you know, you're just sitting waiting for somebody to pick you up to take you somewhere, whatever it may be, those are times where you can run the mantras, and that ceremony kind of helps you out, you know. But it's it clearly today, you know, we really want you to stay focused on that. You know, one of the tools that's really important, and, you know, you're hearing us talk about this in so many ways, is the energy of the earth and the astrological energies, and how they can really help with everything you're doing, whether it's the sun or the moon or the earth or your astrological chart. All of those energies can amplify your request when your request is in alignment with your beliefs and your intentions and your heart and your thoughts. Because once that alignment is there, then you can amplify that with everything around you, because we are one. And the more you use the energy around you, the more you're just amplifying what it is you're looking to manifest.
And I also do want to add in, if anybody has any questions, definitely throw them in.
Yes, please. Please.
Question in the question box if you have any questions for us.
Yeah, please.
But yeah, absolutely, 100%. It all goes back to just clearing out before you take that next step to get towards your goal. You have to heal. You have to be in a good state of mind. You have to love yourself. You know, all of the above to truly, you know, serve your purpose.
Right.
And I think a lot of people get, you know, what the younger generation would say, lost in the sauce. You know, you get lost in this hustle and bustle, and you lose touch of yourself. And by that, if that happens, you're never gonna achieve what you want to achieve. You have to be, and I meet people all the time that, even to me, I feel are more in tune with themselves than I am with myself, and all I do is try to learn from them. You know what I mean? And what I notice is it's the mantras, it's the daily rituals, it's the routines, it's the taking the time to be there for yourself before anybody else. That's what gives the ultimate power to these people that I meet, you know.
And you'll see that for those of you that are listening to Anthony and don't know me, on my Instagram page, if you look at the 12 days of manifestation, each day is another aspect of manifesting, right? So we're always looking at the law of attraction. The law of attraction says like will attract like. But we need to be aware of what like we're really sending out there. If we have a doubt inside us, and that doubt is stronger than our belief, then we're going to manifest whatever it is we doubt. Things aren't going to happen. I can remember a time in my life where I used everything the earth had to give me, and I used mantras, and I used this, and I used that, and I used all these tools, but I couldn't get the money to flow in a way that just kept my head above water. Mm-hmm. And then I started to really look at those beliefs that were there, right? And it took some work. Like, seriously, it took work. It didn't happen in 2 weeks. I think it took a few years. But as I worked on it, all of a sudden, everything shifted. And I could feel it from the inside out, not from the outside in. It's not like all of a sudden I saw the money coming in. It's like all of a sudden I felt that shift, and yes, the money was flowing. Mm-hmm. So now I'm so grateful for the prosperity and abundance that my life flows with. And I'm very genuinely appreciative of that, because I don't have to sit back and get scared like I did before. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't even exist to get scared like it did before.
And that enables you to do so much. Mm-hmm. You know, when you don't have you don't have that fear of financial downfall. I mean, and I think that's part of the reason why you're doing so well, is because there's no pressure on you. You're doing what you love, and there's no pressure there, and it gives you it creates more comfortable space, you know.
Yeah, it definitely does. And so, yeah, you really do want to keep that alignment, everybody. You know, I can't say it enough. Manifestation and healing must go hand in hand, because you really want to understand that the more clear you are of those denser energies that are developed by the challenges that you have learned in this lifetime, the more it slows down and hinders or redirects your manifestations. Is there a stone to attract good fortune and good energy? Oh yes. Anthony, you want to talk about that?
Oh yeah. This is one of my best friends here, by the way.
Great.
Yeah, I love this guy right here. He's a very close friend of mine. We've been friends for over a decade, and yeah. So definitely the one I sent you for your birthday was for that. I sent him a giant Brazilian citrine for his birthday.
Nice.
It was this big, and it was probably around like 7 or 8 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how much I love this kid. So yeah, definitely the one you already have in your place is great for attracting good fortune. As far as attracting good energy, because those are two different things. Attracting good energy, I would say amethyst is probably the number one that I recommend to have in your home to cleanse and give good energy. I also am feeling like golden healer would be another good one, because it's all about, it's golden light, happiness, and it's also about emotional healing as well. And I feel like that revolves with everything we've been talking about. But the golden healer, I feel it would be a good one for that.
Can I ask a question to him?
Yeah.
What is good energy to him?
That's a great question.
Yeah. I don't know if he's hearing me.
But pretty sure he's in here still.
Yeah. I'd love to see what his thought about good energy is, because to some people, good energy is just that pure energy that is, and to others it's love, and to others it's the empowerment within. Everybody's just kind of different with that good energy. So
yeah,
if he can at some point kind of give us a heads up as to what it is for him, that would be really cool, because I think what he'll see is that everybody has kind of a different feel as to what that good energy is for them, what they're needing in the way of good energy at the time.
mm-hmm.
Positive people around. Okay, right. So you're looking to have that positive, I'm going to assume here a little bit, that positive, more loving, accepting kind of energy. And so as you look at that kind of energy, positive people, one of the things I do in my own home is I protect it from any of the fear-based intentions coming through or onto the property. So, and I use, and empowerment and my peers help promote more drive in life. Okay. So I will actually protect my home from the denser energy. And so I use different kinds of stones for that, because of the way it aligns with me. And Anthony can talk to you personally more about what stones align with you for that. But yes, to keep love in your heart so that the love comes through the door, and the malintent stays outside the door, so to speak. Actually, it's the whole property that I do that on. And so it keeps a really positive flow of energy in my home. And for people who have been here, they can attest to it a heck of a lot better than I can.
110%. Definitely had the pleasure of being in Kristen's home, and I mean, aside from the beautiful animals she has that keep your moods up in spirit, I mean, when you walk in there, you can just tell. I mean, it's people in this field are usually pretty sensitive to their environment, and I from the minute I walked in there, I felt welcome, I felt at home, I felt comfortable. It's really important, and my friend there, his name's Brandon. He just recently moved back up to New York, and I took the drive with him from Atlanta to New York to help him move. So he's got a new space now, and I think that's why he's inquiring on this, because it's a new space, not necessarily new, kind of a new environment, new job. So for him,
has he cleared the space?
I don't know. Maybe I did with the citrine. Maybe me sending that over, but I don't think he's physically cleansed with sage. I don't know. Brandon, you could let us know if you have yet physically cleansed the space, because that's important.
Yeah, Brandon, you may want to cleanse the space. You may want to open sacred space inside the apartment, so that or the home, whatever. I don't know where I got apartment. But you open up some sacred space in there, because that kind of brings that positive energy that you're asking for. It pulls it in, and it creates a very, very positive energy. So one of the, just in short, one of the ceremonies I'll do to create that positive energy is I'll I will first cleanse with actually frankincense. And as I do that, ask for all denser energies to be removed, because it's a little bit more strong at removing the denser energies. And then I'll put dragon's blood as a next step to seal out all of those negative energies, as people like to call them, but they're really just denser energies. And so now you're embracing that positive light energy. And then the third is the sage, and keeping it cleansed on a regular basis, and opening up sacred space on a regular basis. And so we're giving you a lot that you can do, and this is all new maybe, but ask Anthony. He'll help you kind of get a feel for what's best for you, given where you are in your life and what's comfortable for you, and just to get something going where you really just, shift those energies inside your space, and you'll be then also starting to shift those energies inside you. And again, if you listen to what we're saying, we're using various elements of the earth to create an environment within which you can manifest anything you want to manifest, because the more positive the energy inside your home, the easier it will be for you to create your dreams.
Yep. And we, I think I told you about my friend who won the car. Remember I told you about my friend?
Yes.
This is
very cool. Very cool.
So we've definitely already had a huge manifestation this year.
Yes, you have. Yes.
Both of us. And I think that he's also at a really pivotal part in his life. There's big changes, and I think he made the right move for himself. And it makes sense that he's asking this now. I'm excited for him because
I am too.
Yeah.
Super excited. Yeah. And this is the greatest time, Brandon. Honestly, I mean, you're coming up on the winter solstice. Take full advantage of that beautiful energy. It is by far my favorite part of the holidays. It is my idea of the holidays. So, yeah, I really wish you well with all of that. And for those of you listening, this is what manifestation is all about. It's setting the stage. It's creating the space where the energy can flow. It's connecting with all that you can connect with the tools that we're giving you over these 12 days and more, so that you can create your style of connecting to the one, to the infinite, to spirit, to whatever you call it, and to really align with the other side, so that you can manifest your dreams.
Thank you, everyone who joined in. Feel free to message either of us if you have any questions. We're always open for discussion, and hope you guys have a wonderful evening.
Have a great one. Until the next time, may the magic be yours.
Absolutely.
Bye-bye.